going to bring up your next speaker. That's going to be the wonderful, magnificent Chris James.
If you talk about how much you hate your fat, your body has been working all this time to keep you alive.
I don't think anybody in my circle understands it.
Yeah, what up, chat? What's going on, AJ family? How y'all feeling? How y'all doing? Let's know if you can hear us, you can see us.
Can you hear us? Can you see us? Are we in the building?
Chicago in the building.
Chi-Town, stand up.
Already getting love. Yeah, y'all welcome, man. Shoot, you know we got the challenge coming. Okay, you see the title, so you already know what time it is.
Y'all know what time it is,
bro. It's been like what, half a year since the last
6
time?
months. 6 months since the 21 was here. Oof. We've been doing that R72, man, but this 21, they've been asking for it.
Y'all been asking for this 21. It's almost like an obligation. You got to do the 21.
You got to do the 21, man. You know, 72 hours, ain't nothing wrong with that, but there's some things that we do in the 21 that we don't do in the other ones.
That is true.
Got to do the 21.
We're going to talk a little bit tonight about the 21 day. We are going to do a back and forth with you all. So if you guys want to ask questions and things of that nature. And then, of course, Stephen always has a monologue for y'all. So
wait a minute. What's that? What you mean? So I always got to talk? I'm always talking? Is that what you're saying?
Steve always has a monologue, so I don't even need to ask him. I already know what that is. We got a monologue. We're going to talk about the challenge, and we're going to do some interacting with y'all. And hopefully, you know what I mean? Like always provide value, entertainment. You know, you got to do the edutainment thing.
Edutainment?
That's the thing now.
So we're edumateiners, educators and entertainers.
We're educators and entertainers.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm probably more entertaining though.
To you in your eyes.
Oh, okay. I guess you're right.
Yeah. Shoot.
If people be commenting on my stuff on Instagram, they'd be like, tell Chris I said hi. Like, go to Chris's page then.
It's because you got the blue check mark now.
Yeah, that's true. They be trying to come through now.
Hey, y'all.
I
Steve
mean?
is brand new now. He got his little blue check mark on Instagram.
I guess people know me.
The hat is back. Okay, so everything sounds like it's good. Y'all can hear us, see us. Everything's good. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna briefly talk about the 21-day challenge. Of course, Steve fill in the gaps, just so that those who aren't familiar with it can understand what it is and you know, perceived value.
What is the 21-day AHA fasting challenge? Chris James, take it away.
Right. So the 21-day fasting challenge was created to give you guys an environment where you could laser focus on your goal of fasting. And the reason we did this is because although we had the Facebook group, we noticed that it was getting a little bit too big for its britches. You know how people, they get a little too big for their britches, start acting brand new. The Facebook group was acting real new. You know what I mean?
Real new.
So
some of them don't even know us.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know us.
Like, how do you, like, you're in the group, you don't even know us. Like,
so we wanted to put something together that would get those who are really interested in getting outcomes from fasting and being consistent and learning the nuances of what we teach as it relates to prep, the fasting, the refeed, and aftercare. We wanted to give you guys a space to really lock in. So we started it a couple of years ago. At this point, I think it'll be 2 years in June or something.
Yeah, something like that. It's coming up.
And it's been wildly successful. We've literally had thousands of people join this challenge. And we're really excited to do this with you all. So it's called the 21-day fasting challenge, but the actual challenge itself is over the span of several weeks. And what we're doing during that time is we're going to be teaching you guys in depth how to prep. We're going to be teaching you a specific therapy for revitalizing and cleansing the liver. And then as we go through that process, we're going to begin slowly integrating fasting. And of course, you know, to make sure that you guys have a really good experience. So for people who have never done fasting before, or for people who have never done fast this long, you're all welcome to come. There is a lot to learn. It's one of the best ways to learn the fundamentals of fasting, as well as techniques surrounding fasting that are going to help you be successful. And Steve, it's been a while, but do you remember like what the average amount of weight people lose just with like the prep? We do 2 weeks of prep in the 21 day.
Yeah. In the 2 weeks of preparation, I would say that the average amount of weight loss is, and this is average, so there's people that are way above this, but I would say that it's on average about 15 pounds.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
I was going to say 12 to 15 pounds.
Yeah.
So that's just the prep.
And you're eating through the prep too.
And you're eating through the entire prep
virtually.
Virtually. There's some things that we, you know what I'm saying, but look, the preps are crazy.
Yeah, they're real crazy. I was actually talking to one of my, I was having a consultation, and she was, she asked me a question, and it was kind of a roundabout question, but what I took from it was, who is this challenge for? Right. And so I kind of went into my little salesman mode. And, so you kind of describe what the challenge is, but who is this for? Mm-hmm. So this challenge is for anybody. That's number one. But more specifically, who can benefit from this challenge? If you are in a position where you've never fasted before and you're just like, you know what? I don't really know where to start. I really don't understand fasting or how it works. This challenge is for you. If you have fasted for one day and you're like, man, that was kind of difficult, or you've done maybe 2 or 3 days and you're like, you keep hitting your head on this glass ceiling and you can't get above a certain number of days because you have a specific detox symptom that hits you, then this challenge is for you. One of the things that Chris put together was the prep. And when he put it together, I was like, dude, this is masterful. And then we started putting people through the prep, through our challenges, and then through our consultations. We start putting people through it, and people were they were able to go from 1 day or 2 days of fasting to now 7 to 10 to 14 with having little to no experience. Mm-hmm. So the prep in and of itself is masterful. The way that Chris has crafted it. And then what we did was we then added on the liver and gallbladder flush. So even if you are someone who's never fasted and you're a little nervous, then this is still for you, because the liver and gallbladder flush is going to add that extra benefit. Something where you're like, you know what, I'm a little leery about fasting. I haven't started yet. I don't really know. Well, then we can start with the liver and gallbladder flush. The way that you eat during that process, and then the flush in and of itself, not only are you going to be flushing out the liver and the gallbladder, but because it is a flush, you're also going to be flushing out the colon as well, right? And on some of the small intestine. So you are going to get a lot of benefit from that also. And not just that, it's the information. It is the value of the program. So sometimes people hear 21-day fast because that's the name of the challenge. They're like, oh, I'm not ready for 21 days yet, which I completely understand, right? If you've never done 2 or 3 days, or if you tried to do 5 and you're just struggling, 21 sounds impossible. Well, the good thing is that when you go through the flush and then you go through the actual fasting prep, this prepares you to move into fasting. And honestly, I mean, I won't say there's no reason, but there's really no reason with all the mentality coaching as well that you should not break your record, whatever that looks like. And not only will you break that record, you're going to have all of the tools and information to now continue to do this process time and time over again. So even if, right, so who is this for? Even if you are nervous about fasting, or if you're a fasting professional and you just like, well, I still have some things I need to accomplish. Well, if you've been fasting on your own all this time, join the community. Right. The AHA communities is a free community, and it comes, of course, with the actual challenge. We do it on the challenge, but you're going to have a community of people that are there to assist. So when you feel weak, when you feel like there's a strong detox symptom that you can't get over, you can get a lot of energy and motivation from other people. This group is extremely active. And not only is it active, people aren't just in there talking. We're all going down the same path. Everyone is doing the same thing you're doing. Everyone is eating the same way, essentially, that you're going to be eating. Everyone is working towards the same goal. And when you have 5, 6, 7, I mean 500. I mean, that was actually one of our lowest groups. When you have a 900, 1,000 people, all with the same mindset, all moving with the same intention and purpose and goal, I mean, you can accomplish anything.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter where you are on this fasting journey. It doesn't matter if you've never even heard of fasting, if you don't know about detox symptoms, you don't know where your mentality should be. It doesn't matter where you are, as long as you have a burning desire to get to another place in your wellness journey, mentally, physically, or spiritually, this program is for you.
Steve, look at this comment. This comment over here.
I look like a teenager, huh?
Listen, Steve is the embodiment of what we teach with AHA. Literally, like, because the cool thing about Steve is he didn't come at the very beginning of AHA. Steven was actually. I mean, you were. I mean,
I was close enough,
you were close, but you weren't. Me and John had already been doing what we was doing for a year before you got on board.
Oh yeah. So okay.
You were the first.
I'm still a founder, man.
You was really like the first person to begin that process of really learning from AHA and being educated, based on what we currently teach. Like the fundamentals. And look at this man. Like, there's probably people watching this that don't know nothing about Steve, never seen him before, don't know who he is. This man used to be almost 400 pounds.
Yeah, man.
Someone say he looks like a teenager. That's why I put that up there. Like, to go from 400 pounds to losing almost 200 pounds,
real close,
to not having loose skin after losing 200 pounds. Where they do that at?
I don't know.
To growing his hair out, now he's got locks,
and them things is locking too. Them locks is locking too. I got some swingage.
Right, I remember when they was kind of just like,
man, they was lit up. Man, I was looking back at old pictures. I was just like, bruh.
Y'all know the stage of the locks, but I mean, look, at the end of the day, Steve is literally what everybody here is capable of. He's no different from you. I'm sure compared to a lot of people, he started off at a worse place.
Oh man.
A lot of y'all learned at 400 pounds, right? A lot of y'all have loving relationships and partners that are willing to support you. Like, there's a lot of things. We always look at other people, be like, oh man, I wish I could have their success. Okay, but are you willing to go through what they went through to get that success?
Ooh.
Because Steven just came off of over 90 days of fasting. I don't even know how many days he did total. I just said over 90 because I know I don't even know 120. I don't even know.
Yeah. You 120. A little over 120 total.
120 days of fasting in the past 6 months?
Yeah, if you include my refeed, because I did I did about a month and a half of refeed.
Okay, a month and let's say over the past 6 months, he's done 120 days of fasting. Are you willing to put in that work?
Whew.
I mean, that's next level. But look, the beauty is this. Not only was he doing that work, but he was learning. I know his level of education, experience, and intention exploded over the past couple of months. And the beautiful thing is you guys get to be recipients of that new information. I know you learned a lot about the gut.
Of new information. I got all kinds of information.
And here's the thing about Steve. He's putting together his program. He's putting together his app. He's got all this stuff. But look, I'm going to tell y'all a secret. He cannot help himself. All this information, y'all can squeeze it out of him. Join the 21 day. I'm telling you, he can't help himself. If he knows it, he's going to blah. So I be trying
to gatekeep it.
He tries. It's hilarious. Steve trying to gatekeep. It's like when you tell somebody a secret and they can't hold a secret. It's like Steve has a secret. He can't hold that secret. All you got to do is, hey, Steve, what have you been learning recently? Oh man, well,
Try to play me, man. But you're absolutely right. And people keep asking me about this last juice fast because it was juice fast. And I consider myself, or self-proclaim, not just self-proclaim, but an expert fasting strategist. So I've done multiple dry fasts, water fasts, and I was doing some little juice fasting, then a really serious juice fast. And they all have different things that they do better than the other. And that's the really cool thing about going through that process, because most of the time, especially like you just watch people online or whatever, they're usually talking about one particular thing, right? AHA, we're well-rounded, right? There's a variety of things. And depending on what it is that you're looking to do or what your goal is, there's a fast that may be better than the other. And that's why I went through that juice fast, because the juice fast is fantastic for particularly cleaning the gut. And when I say the gut, I'm not just talking about the stomach. So the gut is the entire digestive system. So it pretty much starts at the esophagus and then it runs all the way through the anus. So a lot of people don't realize that. They think it's just a stomach, right? But it's not. It also includes your small intestine, your large intestine, right? Your colon, and everything in between. And it does a great job of cleaning that system. So what is the benefit of cleaning your that entire system? Well, one of the biggest benefits is that it increases your digestibility. Now, water fasting does this as well, but once again, every fast may do something a little bit differently. So now that information, I'm not going to get into that because this is not a juice fast, so I'm going to gatekeep that for right now. But that may be something that we do talk about in the 21 day, right? And also the fun part is that in the 21 day, you have access to the coaching staff. So if you guys have questions or if you want to reach out in the community, you guys have priority access. So if you're just like, hey, Stephen, I got a question about this. As long as it's something simple that I can answer in a short amount of time or through the messaging system, I'll answer it. Obviously, if it's something much more in depth, then you just set up a call, whatever, we'll have a conversation. But I wanted to share one thing. I wanted to share a little secret, man.
Steve's monologue. Go ahead.
My monologue has already started, but I want to share a little secret, man. This is something that you don't know yet.
Okay.
So as you know, I was going through that juice fast and I ended it recently. And I was doing I was doing my little refeed or whatever. You know what I mean? I enjoyed myself doing my refeed. I ain't gonna lie. Because I've been fasting.
You should.
So I went to my next phase, right? I'm still kind of in fasting phase. I'm through the next month. I'm still going to be doing some fasting. So I will be doing some fasting with you guys in April in the challenge as well, because of course I can't help myself. But then come May, I'm really moving into my next phase, which is really heavy gym, right? Really and eating. But I did start back in the gym heavily recently. And one of the things that they have at this gym is what's called an eVote Active.
Oh, data.
And what an eVote Active is, it's similar to a DEX scan. So a DEX scan is kind of the standard for anything body composition, right? So this is when they put you on a bed, and I did look it up. It's an X-ray. So the X-ray it measures everything inside of your body. Well, an eVote is right underneath of that. It's the next best thing other than a DEX scan, and it's also not X-ray, so you don't have that additional radiation. So, and I asked them, I said, "Hey man, how accurate is this thing?" Yada yada yada, and they're like, "It's the closest thing that you can get to a DEX scan, which is no, there's no radiation."
Mm-hmm.
So, I went and I met with the trainer and I told him my goals, yada yada yada. I told him how much weight I've lost. He was blown away. He was just like, "Wait a second. I'm sorry, you've lost 200 pounds?" I was like, "Yeah, right there, right underneath it." But yeah, basically. And he was absolutely blown away at how I looked, my physique. And he just was like, I mean, I don't think I've ever seen anybody that's lost that much weight. Like, which this was not just a trainer.
Right.
I happened to meet the manager, right? He's been doing this for 20 years. He was like, "I don't think I've actually met anyone." So he was like, "Well, I guess what were you just in the gym?" Da, da, da. I said, "The gym."
The gym.
I said, "No, dude." I said, "I'm coming to meet with the personal trainer so that way I can start learning the gym." Right? Now, don't get me wrong. I know how to go in the gym and work out and push weights around. Don't get it twisted. But I'd want to learn how to get to my fitness level that I'm desiring. And he was just like, "Wait, so you did this without the gym?" I said, "Yeah, man." I said, "A little bit of fasting and nutrition." He was like,
"Steve playing game."
Okay, that sounds good. Like, you know what I'm saying? He had no idea what I was talking about. And it was to me, it's the most amazing thing. And of course, I was blowing his mind throughout this whole process. Anyway, so I get on the scan. And he, because he was like, "Yeah, well, this is how I would start you. This is da 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 da." He was giving me these recommendations. I'm like, "All right, cool." He was like, "All right, well, let's get on here. Let's take a look at your numbers." I get on, right? It takes a few minutes to scan you. You got to stand there. You hold these things. Your socks are off, all that stuff. It sends electricity to your body. And then what it does is, based upon how fast the electricity moves, it's measuring the density of bone, of water, of fat, visceral fat, so fat around the organs. It's measuring all of those things.
It's using the bone and the muscle and stuff as ohms of resistance. That's
Correct.
Same thing in electricity when you put
Correct.
capacitors. Okay.
Exact same thing. And then based upon how things are moving, it gives you a printout, right? So he sat down with me, and he sits down at his little desk or whatever, and gets his little pen out. He starts marking things, looking at things. He's like, okay. And then he gets to one part, he was like, and he looks down, and he looks back at me, and he's like looking at my arms, right? And he was like, hey man, you're in pretty good shape. I was like, well, I mean, I've lost a couple pounds. I was like, what do you? I said, well,
I used to be 400 pounds.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, I know I'm feeling
feeling
good.
good.
He was like, nah, man, but he said, nah, you're actually in really good shape. And I'm just like, I was like, okay, I don't understand. What does that mean? Right. So the first thing he points out, actually the only thing he points out this whole time, he's really engaged and everything, like, and then all of a sudden his whole thing shifts. And the only thing he points out is my body fat percentage. He was like, yeah, man, you're in good shape. And then basically from there, he was like, yeah, this is what I would do. He takes me, he shows me one machine, and he was like, all right, if you need anything else, just let me know. And I'm just like, bro, like, I'm supposed to have an hour with you. We spent 30 minutes together. And I'm just like, what? Now, obviously, I didn't see it at the time, but then as I finished, I look at the paper, and my body fat percentage, you want to guess what it is? No, you don't know.
I have no idea.
Okay. 10%.
What?
Yeah, man. 10.
I was going to say it has to be under 20, because otherwise you wouldn't be acting like this. So I knew it was under 20. I would not have guessed 10%.
It was 10.3.
That's insane.
10.3.
That's insane.
To
get to that body fat percentage, people go through hell.
Yeah. Not only that. So I asked him, I said, I know that people, I said, man, is this right? I said, because I know that at 10%, people typically start showing abs and stuff. And I do, you can see a couple little lines there, you know what I'm saying?
I got some lines.
I mean, when the light hits it right, you can see some things are coming through. But once again, it's all about where you carry your weight. So I do carry weight in my stomach. Everyone carries weight in specific areas. But he was like, nah, he said, honestly, people, really, it's about 8% for men's when they really will start showing. But as you move down further, then obviously they'll show even more. But he said really about 8%. And he kept looking at me like,
I mean, your arms are vascular. You've always had nice legs.
Yeah,
no
true,
homo.
man. I got some
pause.
I
all
got
those
some
things.
vein action coming through these arms, man.
Yeah. So the number surprises me. It really does. But based on like your appearance and everything, you look good. So
I was surprised at that also, but then I was like, maybe the numbers are just off, right? So maybe that just random number was off.
Maybe the numbers are just wrong.
Maybe the numbers just wrong. But then, of course, I continue to look through the remaining amount of the numbers, and I mean, my lean body mass is high. So, right, lean body mass is going to be your muscle.
Yeah.
Skeletal mass is high. Protein mass is high. Mineral mass high, and my total body water was high also. Good. And the only reason, that is good. I'm super dehydrated, probably a little bloated too. But that was also what I expected. All of those things are what you would typically find though in someone who would be considered athletic, right? So once again, we're talking about. So he looks at this and he's looking at me like, bro, what is going on? Right. Something is not right, because you would expect someone to look right a certain way, right? And I don't look bad, obviously, but he's just like, wait, like, bruh, how are you? He's so confused, right? And I'm gonna get to the point here. Just keep following me here. So fat mass was at what? It was unders at 22.7, whatever. Subcutaneous fat. A lot of stuff is gonna make sense, right? 9.2 visceral fat mass. This is important. So visceral fat is the fat that is inside and around the organs. Now, a lot of times you will have people that will get these scans and they'll be athletic or they'll be skinny, and they will have a high level of visceral fat. Yeah. This is why you can. There you go. This is why you can have people that they're skinny, but they get disease, they get diabetes,
cancer,
right? This is because they have a lot of visceral fat. You're typically going to show your health either one of two ways. You're going to show it internally, or you're going to show it externally. So you have people that may be overweight. Maybe they're showing their health externally, right? Then you're going to have people that look fantastic. They can be bodybuilders, and all of a sudden they have a heart attack out of nowhere, right? These people are showing their health internally. So visceral fat was extremely low at 1.1%. It was 2.4 pounds.
Wow.
So, I mean, it's extremely low.
Bro, your organs are firing on all 8 cylinders.
They are, and that's through my entire body.
Yeah, that's
right.
A very small amount.
It's an extremely low number.
Considering like your body is just full of organs.
Yeah, the whole thing.
You basically have no visceral fat.
Correct. This is why my body fat percentage is so low.
Right.
Because that comes into count. Right. So anyway, those are the numbers. My visceral fat level was once again optimal. Intracellular fluid and extracellular fluid were all high, right? Which is my hydration levels. So I'm very hydrated. And then also my total score out of a 10 was a 9.1.
Wow. You haven't even really touched the physical. Haven't even really started going to the gym. A lot of people that are getting these scans, they're in the gym.
Yeah.
These are, bodybuilders are getting these scans. Professional athletes are getting, they probably get the other scan, but still.
Yeah.
So for someone who used to be 400 pounds,
yeah, man,
to not even hit the gym, to come in and hit these numbers,
his face said it all. He was just like, yo, this dude is lying to me.
Right.
He's like, he's lying to me. That's why he basically was just like, all right, man, well, here you go. I mean, I told him I was a health and wellness
You
coach.
know what he thought?
What?
He thought you was effing with him. He thought you was coming in there, some type of fitness professional, trying to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Shake him down and see what he was all about.
I think so as well. He kept looking me up and down. And I told him I was a wellness coach. I told him what I did. He was like, well, do you know about working out? I said, well, listen, man, I played sports, all of my younger years. I said, but I said the fitness part of it, the gym part of it is not really my expertise. I focus on health and nutrition. And so I said, I'm humbly coming here looking for information. And after he saw my scans, he was like, nah, bro,
nah, you're lying.
Nah, I don't believe you.
Yeah.
And literally, his job is to sell me on a coaching package, right? That's his job. That's why they meet with you, so they can sell you on a package. He didn't even offer it.
Wow.
I asked him, I said, how much are they? He's like, well, they range from 80 to 400 a month. It's really up to you. That was all he gave me. Yeah. I asked him about a personal training.
You took the win out of sales. It's almost like he thought you was vetting him, like you about to start your own gym, and he thinks you're a competitor. So he's like, he ain't even gonna give you no information.
Yeah,
that's bro. First of all, if y'all have never been to a gym and dealt with those guys,
they're very pushy.
They're very pushy. They're very, very pushy. They're very talkative. They want to tell you these stories. They want to bring other people in. They want to engage. So this is weird. First of all. Second of all, this is, I mean, look, what?
I told you something.
We can't even be surprised.
I mean,
how are we going to be surprised? Like, what we know what we talking about.
It's what did it for me. The thing that makes it so like such a big thing is that we tell everybody that fasting targets the things in the bodies that it does not want, and then it leaves the things it does, right? If I was losing precious bone mass, or if I was losing protein, because people think, oh, your muscle's going to weigh away. I have high protein.
Right.
And not just that, when I got my live blood analysis, I had high protein. The guy was like, hey, man, you eat protein a lot. Right. The body
don't even eat protein.
It's leaving the things that you need, and it is focusing. My visceral fat is so low.
Yeah.
What does that? My body fat percentage is so low.
Yeah.
What does that tell us? Right. Now, granted, I'm not going to go into my juice fast. That's another video. Right. But as you know, I didn't lose a lot of weight on my juice fast. Right. For as long as I did. Now, granted, that's also because I was focusing on something different. That was a whole different process. But as you know, I am smaller now than what I was when I finished, and I had only lost a few pounds.
Right.
But once again, what does that tell us? The body was going to work on strictly fat, and it was leaving muscle. When I went to the gym, I mean, literally, my strength was almost identical. Now, my stamina was a little lower because I hadn't been working out, but my actual strength, my maxes when I was testing them were all very similar.
Mm-hmm.
So I wasn't in the gym. I wasn't losing muscle. I wasn't losing any of my skeletal mass. I was losing almost pure fat during that process.
Yeah.
So when we talk about weight, right, and we talk about taking your measurements and the shrink week, we're not just making this stuff up. Right, I'm going to take another scan in probably a month and a half or something. Probably at the end of April, I'll take another scan. Right, and we'll see how I progress. I'm going to be doing some fasting as well. I'm going to the gym now, so we're going to see how it's progressed. But we're not just saying these things, making this up. This stuff is actually happening, and I have taken tons of. I've taken blood tests.
Mm-hmm.
I've done all the therapies that I mentioned to people and tell people to do. I've done them, and I do them for a reason because this is proof. 10%. 10.3? I mean, 10.3 for a non-athlete? I don't work out. Like, I mean, I hit the gym, you know what I mean? But I ain't been in the gym I've been fasting. I ain't been in the gym like that. I've gone a little, here and there, whatever. But 10%? That's fasting, working specifically to remove body fat. And visceral fat is the worst kind of fat because it's the fat around the organs.
Right.
So that was my monologue. That was my secret for you guys. And if you want these type of results, join the 21 day, right? You're going to get the same type of results. We're going to teach you the same things, and you're going to get extreme value during this process.
I'm gonna throw a cool little bonus in there too.
You gonna throw a bonus in there?
Steve don't know. He gonna do a little bonus for us too.
I'm gonna do a bonus. Okay. All right.
So all right. So check this out, y'all. Listen, a company came to me and was like, yo, we have this scale we want you guys to try. We think you'd be perfect for, they said for their audience. I said, no, if anything, it's going to be perfect for our audience. And I told Steve about this scale. This scale is not as accurate as the test that he did, okay? It's just a home scale. They have an app and everything. But I wanted to see how accurate this scale was, how comparable it was to the scan that Steven did. So what I'm going to have Steve do is use the scale so that we can see how comparable the data is from doing this very expensive scan, at the gym or wherever you were, versus this in-home scale. So we can find out, well, how can we track this stuff at home accurately? Even if it's off by a factor of whatever, we know that we know there's a margin of error.
I mean, that's just to be expected.
It has to be. Yeah. It's not the same device. It's going to be a little less accurate. But if it can accurately tell us which direction we're going,
at the end of the day, that's all that matters. Is it, because wherever that's why when you use a scale, you use the same scale. Because if I use a scale at home and I go to the gym, use a scale. Number one, I have clothes on, right? Not just that. Number two, it's a different scale. So even if the numbers are off, right? As long as it's tracking from your start point to where you're going in the right direction based upon what you are doing. So if you're doing well, you're fasting, you're eating right, it should be tracking down. But if you ain't been refeeding and you ain't doing too good, it's going to track up, right?
Right.
So as long as it's doing that.
And what I love about it is all of the data points it gives you. So, because a lot of people worry about weight. That's like their only concern. Even through this process with Steve, with this juice fasting and things, even though his focus wasn't on weight, I know there was times when it was like, dang, that scale ain't moving.
Oh,
but
yes,
many times. Okay. But what if we had a way to better track what was happening holistically versus just simply the weight? Yeah. What if you could see your body fat changing, right? Because when you do it, it's like it's doing this little scan thing. So I'm really excited. So what we're going to do is I'm gonna have Steve we're gonna get a reading on Steve with this scale compared to what you've already done, and then throughout the 21 day we'll do some updates, maybe once a week or once every 2 weeks.
Okay.
And that way we can just see the accuracy of it. And then, of course, we'll compare it to your last scan that you do. What, in April? You said at the end of April?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, yeah. I'm supposed to be allowed to do it once a month because, I mean, and I got an upgraded package, so other people just can't. Everyone just can't use it. I got the.
Yeah, they're gonna make you pay for it.
It's
an
package.
Experience.
It's a benefit.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest with you, 9 times out of 10, when we start our wellness center, we'll have one of these or something similar.
Yeah, for sure.
because people need to know, man, because y'all get very troubled. And that's really the best way to.
That's a great word.
You get very troubled by the scale. And I've told y'all, tape yourself. But I figure if we could take it to the next level, and don't get me wrong, I've been looking for, therapies. I've been looking for herbs. I've been looking for things to help you guys. So I'm very, very interested to add this piece to it as long as it checks out. And
we got to test everything first for y'all.
Yeah, we always got to test everything. But I wanted to address, because y'all been in the chat, right? So the question was, how do you join the challenge? I'm gonna put that's nothing. I'm gonna put the link to the challenge. If you guys want to join, it's in the chat. I know some of y'all already grabbed it. The cost of the challenge is $99. So that's pretty much the standard price. If you guys were in one of our challenges prior, one of our 21-day challenges prior, check your email, because you might have an email from us in there. But what are you guys getting with the challenge? Well, we're not just putting you in a group and hoo rah rah.
Hey man, I've been in those groups before. They be like, oh, you're gonna get this, you're gonna get this, and they literally put you in a group, and then the people that are hosting are not even there.
Right? No.
Like, they're not even there. Like, bro, I wanted to come hang out with you,
right,
and your information. I can tell you this right now, I'm active.
We're all in there.
Yeah, we're
all in there. We put together a curriculum for you all. So those who've already done the 21-day, you already know. However, we always add to it. You know what I'm saying? So there'll always be some new features, some new videos, some new content. On top of that, obviously, Steven's learning a lot of stuff. So I know he'll be imparting new wisdom. You guys will get the opportunity to kind of see how well this scale is working as well, which I think is a cool bonus, because being able to track data points is important for a lot of people. And then, of course, we're going to be diving into other things you guys could do in addition to just fasting and, dietary strategy. What are some of the supplements and things that you guys could take and add to your challenge to make things a little bit more seamless, to help you be more successful? But I think the greatest piece to this puzzle is the synergy you get from being a part of the group.
Mm-hmm.
I decided to do something a little different this time. Typically, I give you guys a week after the challenge starts to get in. We're not doing that. If you guys are serious and if you want to do the challenge, you're gonna have to get locked in right now. We're not gonna extend it out like we do. People, listen, I'm telling y'all now, if you don't get in by April 9th, you're gonna miss it. Okay. So make sure that you sign up as soon as you can, because I don't know. My energy's a little different this time. We're doing things differently.
I like that. I like that because it can throw some people off sometimes.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. I get it. And as a coach, I deal with it. Right. And I help people that maybe straggle in or whatever, hey man, I get you in and I work with you. But no, man, I like that, man. Let's get serious about this thing.
Yeah.
Right. Because health is not a game. And especially all the things that are happening in the world right now, right? Water's getting contaminated all over the place. All these train derailments. I mean, I just on the 23rd, less than a week ago, they just approved for lab bioengineered chicken. Right. So they're able to take a sample of a chicken, and then they now have it's FDA approved now, right? So they now have the ability to bioengineer chicken breast. And it's already approved, and it's going to be in like 30 restaurants coming up soon, this high-end restaurant, and then it's going to come in stores.
Yeah. And you guys aren't going to know.
You're not going to know.
Because in America, they're not required to tell you, hey, by the way, this is lab grown. We're not talking about cloned chicken.
We're not talking about cage-free. We're not talking about all these other organic. We're not. All that stuff is going to look good compared to this lab chicken.
Right. They're literally going to take the cells of this chicken or whatever.
Yeah.
They're going to grow them, multiply the cells, and just make a chicken breast.
Yes.
I mean, listen, bro, they're so sneaky about how they get us used to this stuff, because they talk about it from the standpoint of, being able to save someone's life. You could take the cells of someone's heart or whatever, reproduce their heart. And now instead of having to wait for an organ donor, you could take that person's heart. Well, that sounds great.
I mean, it sounds good to me.
Oh, sounds good. You could just grow people hearts. You could just grow people parts. Here's the problem. Now that same technology is being twisted, which wasn't it always going to be. And now we could just grow a chicken breast.
Yeah.
We could just grow a thigh.
Yeah. And then it gets labeled as, no additives, no pesticides, no corn fed. It's not going to be in a cage. It's not. Then they're going to start demonizing or vilifying all the other types of chicken and say, well, this is better. They didn't use any there's no hormones.
No hormones.
There's no you don't have to worry about them having disease. It's vegan friendly.
Oh my God, all the vegans can eat meat now.
I mean, because it's non-cruel, it's animal, no cruelty.
No cruelty. No animals. Bro, this stuff is so dangerous. Why is it so dangerous? Because it's genetically mutated, modified frankenfood.
Yeah.
It's literally one of the things Dr. Sebi used to talk about all the time when it came to, like, you know, genetically modified just vegetables and stuff, is that they're incomplete cellularly. It's missing data, it's missing information. It's not the same as it's not a traditional poison, okay? It's you're consuming something that is not of nature or not of God, if you will. You're consuming something that's not complete cellularly, the DNA. And when you do that, you mutate your DNA.
I literally made a post today that said what you eat, or I'm sorry, you are what you assimilate, right? So assimilation, because the saying says you are what you eat. Yeah, I mean that. Okay, right. But it's really about what you absorb, and that obviously is not just about our food, but that's everything as well.
Right.
But when you talk about actual, modified versions of things genetically, you are putting that in your body, and then your body is going to assimilate that, right? And when you assimilate something, it becomes a part of you. Right. And so this is important when we talk about our food and the foods that we're eating. So it's not just, oh, I'm just having a piece of chicken. No, you're having the chicken, and you're having everything that chicken lived through. You're having their energy, you're having their life, you're having the fear they had when they died, right? It's the same thing when we talk about sex. When you have sex with somebody, you are assimilating a part of them, right? I mean, this is true. This stuff is out there. Someone just recently told me, I think she might be in the chat actually, but she said it takes 7 years for a woman to lose or remove the DNA from any man that she was ever with.
That makes sense.
This is something that right, and of course we understand this because the cellular regeneration,
the regeneration of the body.
Right. Yeah. So it takes not just, he doesn't have to necessarily even like come inside of her. Just in general, 7 years from someone that you were with. So if you're not eating them, the fact that this person was inside of you, and of course, right, the woman passed things on to the man also, but the fact that you're not even eating it and it takes 7 years, imagine if you're eating this stuff. Imagine if you're eating the foods that are genetically modified. What's it doing to your DNA? And this is why we are having so many birth defects that are happening now, because men are passing things to women. Women are then are incubating those things. And then you have the man and wife that are, well, man and woman or whatever, that are now creating this being, and there are more birth defects now more than ever.
The birth defects, the susceptibility. Yo, if y'all don't care about you, I understand. Some people have got to that point, but golly, you're going to have children. You're going to have children. And the thing that people don't understand about DNA. All right, so imagine, first of all, like, we are computers. We are computers. We are, okay? We're very sophisticated computers. And the reason this is such a great example is because you guys understand adding a program to a computer. You could build a computer and it has only the information that you put on it, right? You're the creator of the computer. You put certain software on it, and then you get on the internet, right? And now that you're connected to the internet, things can download to your computer pretty much at will, anytime it wants, because you're susceptible. So what do? You get an antivirus, and the antivirus will stop things. Well, that's kind of like your immune system. It'll stop certain things that it doesn't want to download. Things that you do download, it'll scan it. If it's no good, it'll throw it in the trash, blah, 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 right? Well, when you take in food that is incomplete, cellularly
bioengineered,
this bio-franken food, you have to understand they can program you through the food. I mean, they've been doing it anyway, which is the whole reason why the genetic modified food, this natural selection crap they've been doing with the cows, it's the whole reason why it's a thing in the first place, because they want you all assimilating the mindset and the demeanor of animals and cows and things, sheep and things of that nature.
So we can be herded,
right? So that you could be herded and you could be easily controlled. And this is not a new idea. Genghis Khan used to do this by cutting off the hair. Actually, it's not even just him. It was just in general, you would cut the hair off of a defeated country. You would cut their hair off to keep them more docile and just, less likely to revolt, more likely to just eat the crap you're feeding them, right? So now what they've done is they've cleverly figured out a way to just grow the meat, and they can manipulate the DNA of that meat, right? They can program the meat so that when you eat it, whatever program it wants to be imparted to your body, it's like a Trojan horse.
You download it by accident. You don't even know you did it.
Now, on top of that, right, we're taking the vaccines, we're taking the medication, our immune system is already very deficient. Man. So now when your antivirus goes in there and you take in this BS fake poisonous meat, now your antivirus doesn't even detect it. Because your immune system is just so damaged. Your liver is so low functioning. A lot of y'all have had organs removed that you didn't need to have removed. Gallbladders, and had hysterectomies and all this type of stuff that has happened. So now your body's only functioning at like 30%, 40% anyway.
And let's not even start talking about the gut. I mean, the immune system is located in the gut. We have multiple immune systems, but our immune system, the one we talk about, it's in your gut. And the way that we eat, the food that we eat, I mean, we have no variety in our food. There's no diversity. America is known for processed food. We are the processed food capital, and there is no diversity in processed food. There's no fiber in it. So you have all this bad bacteria that's just running them up, right? It's running the show, baby. So this is why everybody's getting sick, because we have no bacteria to actually fight off the sicknesses. We should not be sick. It should be a very rare occasion that someone gets sick. I can't tell you the last time I was like sick. I'm talking about
outside of detox symptoms.
Yeah, outside of detox symptoms, I'm like, bro, I can't tell you. Man, I don't walk around here with health insurance and all that. You know what my health insurance is, Chris? It's the same as yours. These herbs, these fruits, these juices, these detoxes. That's my health care.
People think I'm crazy, like, especially when I'm getting my taxes done and stuff like that. They're like, what do you do for healthcare? Healthcare. What do you do for dental? What do you do for vision?
If I need something, I'll go pay for it.
I don't do any of that stuff. And I've always listen, I know people need it. Certain people.
Hey, of course, right? I'm not saying this. Listen, if your job, if you had your job and you have it, whatever. Take it on my check, $10 a month, whatever, right?
Yeah, but I've always kind of despised the fact that they was going to take a certain amount of money out my check towards the stuff that I didn't really believe in or use.
And not just that, you're paying for other people.
Well, of course.
So other people that are constantly getting sick, that are using it, can make your healthcare go up.
So instead of just constantly getting sick, we need to learn how to care about our bodies. And this is the stuff we're teaching, right?
Yeah.
This is why the 21 day is so important. Listen, I'm going to tell y'all right now, things in the world are changing very quickly.
Yeah, for the worse.
Okay. I'm not into fear mongering. That's not my thing. A lot of this stuff is not going to affect me. But if we don't start making changes today, we're going to be ill prepared for the changes that are coming in the future. They are taking things to another level. They've been cloning. Y'all remember when they cloned that sheep back in the 80s or whenever they announced it. I'm sure they did it before that. But they started talking about cloning the sheep. Y'all didn't realize that they were cloning these animals that they've been feeding you all this time. You know what I'm saying? You didn't realize that they were already giving you cloned animals. And then, of course, the government approved the genetically modified salmon, which it's been there for a long time. Yeah. They use it for testing. It's always in the name of science that they do this Franken stuff.
It's in your stores, man.
And now it's in the stores.
It's called pool raised or farm raised. Though I believe either one could show up. When you go to
the new salmon, or you talking about what they used to do?
I'm talking about that new salmon out.
The new stuff is called BE.
Oh wait, they got a new one. This on the label?
Bioengineered. They changed the labels, so you're looking for bioengineered now.
Man, that's
They
crazy.
changed it because people got hip to non-GMO, not organic, non-GMO, whatever. So now it's BE. So when you see on the label, it'll say BE, bioengineered.
Even the wild crafted salmon is you can't trust it because what has happened is they have integrated those bioengineered salmon and the pool raised salmon into the wild.
Yes.
And this is there. I mean, it was actually funny because I was watching something and the salmon are those bioengineered ones are actually eating.
Right, they're eating the wild salmon.
Yeah.
Why? Because they were programmed to do so.
Right. So they kill them all.
They're killing them all.
If you kill them all, then all you're getting, so even your wild crafted salmon
the crap they want you to have. And what you're seeing is in nature, you're seeing sexual confusion because there's toxins being spilled into the water. There's toxins being the animals are absorbing it, but they're also putting these bioengineered animals out there. And so the animals that eat the toxins or eat the animals who ate the toxins are now experiencing sexual confusion. You've got frogs and stuff developing, being able to lay eggs. Male frogs are being able to lay eggs. I mean, this is old science, but it's starting to become like a norm in nature now.
Yeah. Yeah, man. They're gonna have to pick their now. We ain't gonna talk about that.
Look, at the end of the day, we have to begin the process of getting our temple right so that we can fight off all of this stuff that's happening in the world. As long as you keep your temple healthy and strong, nothing's going to penetrate it. And in addition to that, as you cleanse yourself, and I'm seeing it happen to Steve in real time, which is crazy, you start to want to do other things like start a garden, start sprouting. You start to see the value of it because it's like an energetic thing. Like you can just feel it.
Man, I've been sprouting, man. I got some chickpeas I'm over there sprouting right now. I got some sprouts in the fridge. I got some more fresh sprouts sprouting. Right now, if y'all, man, listen, y'all can do this on your own. But if y'all start seeing that Stephen Michael Wellness sprouting ads come through, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead and grab some sprouts.
Yes, man.
I don't know. We'll see.
But starting a new business.
Hey, man, listen, man, that stuff is life. I mean, literally. I mean, there's so many things that I have changed to. Like my body feels so different. Like, I mean, man, Chris, you told me the other day, man. You said, "Hey, man, your beard's looking real full nowadays, right?" And I said, you know what? I noticed that too.
Mm-hmm.
And not. Why is that important? Because as I was going through these processes, I'm at the point where I'm not necessarily focused on weight. I'm focused on healing the body and the body systems, which I'm going to talk a little bit about that at the retreat. But because I'm using certain therapies to heal certain body systems, like my hormones and going less estrogenic, more testosterone-genic, and focusing on my liver through liver and gallbladder flushes, what the liver does with your hormones, it does a lot. But what it does, particularly for what I'm working on, is that it removes excess estrogen. So, right, a lot of women, right, you know that you're supposed to have more estrogen than men, but we can be estrogen dominant, which is not where you want to be. So estrogen dominant is going to cause you to have a lot of those hormonal issues, right? So what the liver does is it takes the estrogen, the used estrogen, it processes it out, and then it removes it. But if the liver is low functioning, then what happens is that liver gets the estrogen that's used gets recycled back into the system, and then this is how you become estrogen dominant. This is how you have these issues. So the liver and gallbladder flush is going to help you to then remove a lot of those things, right? And then, of course, there's certain things that you can do that are going to help increase the functionality of not just your liver, but your entire endocrine system, right? So this is why I'm now experiencing more hair growth, not just on my head, because my hair is growing like a weed, but also facial hair, because my testosterone is increasing, my estrogen is decreasing. And I'm just like, I told you the other day, I'm like, man, I just feel good, right? And that is due to the pituitary gland, right? My thyroid gland, all of the entire endocrine system is working better, right? Which is once again controlled by the pineal gland. But all these things control your hormones, right? So everything's working better. So you just feel better.
Yeah.
Right. So it's not just weight. And I know that is the primary concern for a lot of people, and that's fantastic. But there's so much that's happening outside of just your weight that you don't even realize. And then when you get to the point where you're now like, okay, well, I've gotten to my goal weight, or I'm even closer, I'm ready to take a break from fasting. Let me move to another therapy. We can work on that. And I got some, hey man, I got some stuff, man. You know what I mean? We could work with some stuff. We can start getting some of these hormones together, right? And start, man, get you loving life again.
The hormones. Y'all want to talk about depression? Y'all know how depression is like one of the number one mental disorders of modern time, I would say.
Yeah.
But it's like, depression didn't exist like 300 years ago. I mean,
not the way it is now.
It was like insignificant, but it's like prevalent. It's probably, I mean, I don't know the numbers. It's probably like the number one mental.
Yeah, you throw a rock, you're gonna hit somebody that's on, something for depression,
or at least, because a lot of people are depressed and don't even know it. They're dealing with undiagnosed. So, and obviously, there's easy ways to combat this, but we don't. It's so normal now for everyone to be depressed that it's just how we are. It's like
you see somebody like me and they're like, man, you're so positive. I am, but this is how we all should be. We should all be upbeat and happy. And you hit the sun hits your skin and you're like, man, it's a good day.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. There's two things I want to touch on.
All right.
I'm a piggyback off of that. We're gonna touch on this thing and we're gonna hit these questions. So there was a podcast I was watching, and there's this dude. I don't know. I think he maybe had money. Okay. And he's talking to these other guys, these other people, and he's like, all right, guys. He said, if I said I'm gonna give you $10 million right now, right? I'm gonna give you $10 million. How would that make you feel? And of course, everybody's like, it made me feel pretty good, remember? Steve, have you heard this?
I maybe sort of.
Okay, Steve. If I said, Steve, listen, you've been doing great. AHA is exploding right now. I got this surplus of cash. I want to bless you with $10 million. How would that make you feel?
I mean, I know that if it's you, it's coming from a good place. I mean, I would still be a little leery, but I mean, I guess I'd feel good.
Okay. What you mean you guess?
I mean, I feel good.
Okay. Stop with the cat. Right. Okay. You feel over the moon.
I mean, if you legit were just like, yeah, I'm gonna give you 10 million.
Legit.
Yeah.
10 million.
Yeah,
okay. So now what if I said, okay, you're gonna get the 10 million, you could take it home, you could spend it, you could do whatever you want.
Yeah.
But tomorrow you don't get to wake up. You still taking the 10?
No, I'm not taking the 10.
So basically what you're telling me is just waking up tomorrow is more valuable than $10 million.
That's deep.
And yet every day we wake up depressed. We wake up thinking about all of our problems, how this didn't go right, how that didn't go right. But if anybody was listening and they was thinking to myself, well, if Chris said he'd give me $10 million, I'd take it. I'd be happy.
Yeah.
But then if I put the stipulation that you can't wake up tomorrow, now we're like, never mind.
Man, that 10 million it ain't worth it no more.
It's not worth it.
I don't think there's any amount of money.
Even if I took it to 50 million.
There's no amount of money.
$50 million. You got 24 hours. Have fun. Play. Tomorrow you don't get to wake up.
Nah.
You wouldn't take it. Nah. So that means that just the fact that you get to wake up every day it's more valuable than probably any amount of money.
It's priceless.
You could not give me $1 trillion to not wake up tomorrow.
I can't even spend $1 trillion. I mean, you're going to spend half the time in the dealership trying to get the whips.
You could give me a genie that will grant me any wish for the next 24 hours and I don't get to wake up tomorrow. Nah. I'm not taking it.
There's nothing. Yeah.
So
right.
No matter what you guys are dealing with, no matter where you are, you're 300 pounds, 400 pounds, 500 pounds, you're dealing with heart disease, diabetes, high cholesterol, et cetera, you wake up and you are in aches and pains all the time. It is more valuable than any amount of money because you get to wake up today.
Hey man, you can do this for $99. You don't got it. It ain't, you know what I mean? I mean, technically, you can do it for free. But if you want to do an AHA and a 21, it's only $99.
$99. Now, Steve, the other thing is you mentioned the retreat. So I want to give people an opportunity.
Okay. I did sneak that in there.
Yeah,
huh?
You snuck the retreat in there. So, okay, August 20th through the 23rd. Okay, so you guys got a few months. We're going to be hosting
running out.
We're going to be hosting our retreat. Well, it might get sold out.
Oh, yeah.
It might get sold out, so you might not have that long. But we're over 50% sold. We're probably about 60% sold out right now. So I wouldn't wait. It's not really worth waiting.
It ain't even launched a month.
It's not been out a month, and we haven't talked about it much. But basically, what we're going to be doing for 3 days is we're going to have the whole coaching team there, and we're going to be looking to teach you guys lifestyle change, lifestyle strategy, things that you can impart to your daily lives to not only help you achieve the goals you want to achieve, but also maintain them, because that's the most important thing. If you're going to get the results and not maintain it, you might as well not even do it.
We ain't going to be fasting. We going to be eating.
We are going to be eating. We're going to be teaching you guys how to eat, right? We're going to be giving you guys different options and things. We got put together some nice little gift bags for you all. We're going to have several workshops available where you're going to be able to take a deep dive with some of the coaches. And then, of course, we're going to have several speeches, and we're all going to be there. You know what I'm saying? We're not going to, and it's not going to be like, oh, Steve going to hop in at the last minute. You're going to get 30 minutes, and then we're going to hop out. We're going to be there the whole time. So what we did was we rented a mansion, basically. It's a cabin, but it's a mansion.
It's literally the cabin version of a mansion.
It's a cabin mansion. So we're going to be able to hold this thing in nature. We're going to be in nature. We're going to be in Tennessee, okay, Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. In
the mountains.
And then we did get some. We blocked off some rooms at a hotel. It's about 10 minutes away. So if you guys want to join, you can use our code, like the little group code, get a little discount on the hotel, or you could do whatever you want to do.
It's a nice discount too. It's not even that expensive either.
It's not very expensive. It's not very expensive. The ticket for the retreat is $600.
Yeah.
So you're gonna get 3 days. You're gonna get the food. You're gonna get the workshops. I think every ticket includes 2 workshops. You're going to get the gift bag, which is going to be crazy. We're putting together some nice stuff for you on the gift bag, some exclusive content type stuff. Then you'll get all the speeches and everything like that. So, check out the landing page. I'm going to put the link here in the chat for y'all.
And not just that, man. I might be in. There's a game. There's a lot of games there too. So there's pool. They got the little arcade downstairs.
Oh, yeah,
they got the theater room.
They have the swimming
pool. You got to
pool.
talk about the amenities.
They have the
man.
jacuzzi.
You know what I'm saying?
They have the arcade.
You know what I'm saying?
We got the big wraparound.
We got the deck, the patio. That thing is big too. And last time it was a little chilly. Last time we went. This time we gonna be out there. It's gonna be warm.
It's gonna be warm. You could just sit out there and get your little tea.
I'll be out there
and watch nature.
I may have a big buck hunter tournament. I was down there beating everybody in the buck hunter last year.
Ain't nobody trying to mess with him on that buck hunter.
Yeah, I'm saying I'm down there buck hunter. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So it's gonna be a lot of fun, man. It's gonna be good to get around people, and I think the opportunity to build relationships with other people in the community. A lot of people that came last time are now friends.
Yeah.
A year later, you know what I mean? They communicate. They're probably some of the people that purchased the first tickets and stuff. To be honest.
I would imagine so.
Yeah. So check it out, y'all. I put the link in there. I know y'all had some questions, so we're gonna go through and start cleaning up some of these questions. If you guys got more questions and you want to make sure we get it, super chat, because Steve, Steve don't like being on live too long.
Yeah, man, I don't like being on live.
Steve's like the what's that? It's not Cinderella, where she turns to the pumpkin.
Yeah, man, it's my pumpkin time is coming up, man. It's my bedtime is approaching.
I want to water fast. My son is 11 months. I'm breastfeeding still. So there's a couple things. Breastfeeding when you water fast is always a little touchy.
A little touch and go.
It's a little touch and go. I'm gonna keep it real with you. We've done it. Okay, we have done it. I would just say that if you're going to do that, you have a couple options. Number one, you could keep your fasting very light. You could do liquid fasting. You could do juice fasting.
I was going to say do a juice fast.
You know what I'm saying? Keep your fasting very light. And when you do your juice fasting, you really want to be doing juice feasting.
Yeah.
Which means you want to be taking in almost a gallon of liquid. You want to basically replace your nutrition. That's what Steve was doing.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And then I would also say this isn't really negotiable. Get yourself some fennel essential oil. Go to doTERRA, hit up Shell. You know what I mean? Join one of our communities here. I'm going to put a link to the AHA communities real quick for y'all.
Drop a link in there.
Join AHA communities, link up with Shell so she can get you guys some
What
fennel.
the fennel going to do? It's going to help.
Milk production.
It's going to help.
Milk production. Get that milk going.
You're going to get that milk going.
You know what I'm saying? Because that way, because the only thing about fasting with the breastfeeding is milk production. That's really all it is. So the fennel is going to help get that milk production going. But if you combine those two tools, you can fast.
Yeah,
You'll
man.
be okay.
A lot of times people think that, oh, I'm fasting. Well, I'm going to be passing toxins to the baby. Okay, well, you realize the baby was born inside the mother, right? There's the baby it's in its own ecosystem. It's not it's not living in the ecosystem of the mother. Otherwise, every single mother that has any kind of issue or health issue will pass it on to the child. The babies are they're protected.
That's why the gut develops first.
Correct. I always forget this name. Primordial. I forget the name.
Yeah, me too.
It's the early gut. It's the P word. Primal gut tube. And the gut and the lymphatic system are the first two things that are created, and then the brain. The first two things that are created is the gut and the lymphatic system. So the gut houses, of course, all of your bacteria. Everything is created from the gut.
So that lets you know how important the gut is, because if we've been taught by modern medicine that the brain is the command center, the brain is doing this and that, why wouldn't the brain develop first?
It would need to,
because
in order for it to send the signals, everything else.
So basically, the gut controls the brain.
It does.
So if you're eating genetically modified
Come
crap,
on now, talk to him.
if you're eating Snickers bars, if you're eating Tostitos, what are those things called? The red little
Takis. Oh,
Takis.
them things are terrible.
Takis, red, those red Takis.
That's terrible for you.
You are controlling, you're manipulating your brain, and then you wonder why we deal with depression.
Yeah, man.
And the reason why you guys are so sad and things don't work out, and then of course you negatively reinforce all day long. They tell us that 80% of our thoughts are negative. Oh my God.
Yeah.
You have tens of thousands of thoughts every day, and 80% are negative. What kind of world are you developing for yourself? So you guys got to understand this stuff, man. But
so the gut and then the lymphatic system. So we got to clean that out too.
Gut and lymphatic. Okay. Can we do this fast safely while working out twice a day?
Hey man, listen, I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. I don't suggest you working out while fasting. And I've done videos on this. We could talk about it more in the 21 day. But can you do it safely? I mean, wait, he said 2 times a day?
It said 2. It looks like 2 times a day. 2/day.
Nah, man. No. And here's the thing. Are you gonna die? No. But you're not gonna have any energy. You're not gonna have energy to work out 2 times a day. But if you are insistent on working out, if you are doing it for a particular reason, if you're an athlete, you're a bodybuilder, right? You're like, hey, listen, I got a show coming up. Then if you're doing it for that particular reason, then you have to understand what to expect, right? But if you're doing it because you think it's going to help you lose weight, it's not. So it can actually hinder it.
Mm-hmm.
So I do not suggest working out while you're fasting. And obviously, I just ran those numbers, and that question may have come before I ran those numbers, but I was not working out and really in earnest have not worked out seriously in probably a year, and I'm at 10% body fat. So what's the point?
What you want to do?
Well, you know what I'm saying? So what are we doing here?
What are you trying to accomplish? When do we start? The challenge starts April 9th. April 9th is a Sunday. April 9th is the introductory day.
Yeah.
And then we will be starting prep. Okay. We'll be starting prep after on
the 10th.
On the 10th, which is Monday.
Start with that good old flush.
You know what I'm saying?
Flushed
Get
out.
that flush going. You know what I'm saying? What else we got here? How do we join the challenge? Okay, I'm gonna throw the link in the chat again for you guys. I know I already done it, but I'm gonna throw the link in the chat. Just you know what I'm saying, we're going through the questions. I'll make sure y'all get you what you need. You know what I'm saying? It's also in the description too. All right. I would like to join the community. I'm on day 11 out of 30 days.
Come through.
Come on. AHAcommunities.com.
You got it, Brett?
I do. I got it. You know what I'm saying? It's all queued up.
Go ahead. Everybody should join the community, man. Community's free.
Everybody on this call should join the community. It's free.
Just join it, and you're in there.
And we just did a root giveaway. As a matter of fact, y'all could still potentially win. We just did a root giveaway. You guys got literally 1 day left. Anybody who purchased root products in the month of March can has the opportunity to win. I think we're giving away $20 to like several people.
Hey man, make sure my name's in the hat. I'll be buying.
Steve's name is going to be removed. If his name's in there, it's being removed. I'll tell you that right now.
This is crazy.
You will not be eligible.
That's crazy.
All right. So if y'all want to get $20 off on your Root products next month, you could do that. Here's the link for Root. All right. What else we got? What's the name of the scan and where do I get one?
It's called I can't tell you where to get one, but there's two different ones. The best one that you can get is called a Dex scan or a DEXA scan. And the one that I got was called, and it's Evolt Active or Evolt. Typically they're going to have them in your gyms. You may have them in like your chiropractor or something like that, but it's called an Evolt.
Evolt.
Yeah.
So I would recommend the Evolt scan because
there's no radiation.
There's no radiation.
Yeah.
Now, in the future, I'm going to be talking about some EMF protectors and things of that nature that I've been testing and stuff like that. But, for right now, we want to stay away from radiation if we can.
Yeah.
Man, there's a lot of stuff I've learned in the past that I don't share with y'all because it's not my lane. And you guys will get mad at me if I start teaching it because y'all just want me to teach about how to lose weight. For real talk. But
we be learning about everything.
I've learned some really interesting things about radiation that would absolutely blow y'all's mind and deconstruct how you view radiation. They've lied to us about radiation. I'll tell you that right now. Does fasting expedite the DNA regeneration? Yes, it does. Mm. It also increases the stem cell production in the body. You have access to these stem cells when you fast, and stem cells will also help to repair damage and so your regenerative properties they just go through the roof when you're fasting.
Yeah, water fasting does a great job of that. We're in the month of Ramadan, and I'm gonna tell you this right now. I told you, man, every fast does, fasting can do, certain things, do some things even better. Dry fasting is the DNA regenerator.
Yeah.
It is the cellular regenerator king. Water fasting does it too, right? I mean, that's obviously,
yeah,
but once again, dry fasting, it particularly for that,
it's crazy.
Is great for like cellular change and healing crazy ailments that you may have.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And
do 3 days, man.
And if y'all know what looping is the king. If you know, looping is the king right there.
If you know, we ain't gonna talk about that.
I'm gonna leave it alone.
We got all kinds of therapies.
We got all kinds. When is the challenge starting? April 9th.
April 9th.
And the retreat is starting August 20th. Okay, in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee.
Hey man, I don't want to hear nothing about no about no nothing. We got payment plans available too.
Got the payment plans.
No credit needed, baby.
$250.
Man, we ain't gotta run your credit. You know what I mean? You just put your, $600, we get you a couple payments in there.
Put the $200 down and then pay it off
pay it off for the next couple months.
$100 a month or something, you know what I
mean? Get on down there, man.
Steve, what do you think? Can you sell these sprouts?
Yeah, they're shelf stable. I mean, for certain, I mean, I'm not sprout enough right now to sell them. I mean, listen,
they want to know if they can sell them sprouts.
Oh, can I sell you sprouts?
I don't know. Can't you think I can sell these sprouts?
Yeah, absolutely.
You can.
People are. That's a whole business.
Whole Foods, local restaurants. You can make tens of thousands of dollars a month selling sprouts.
Y'all thought I was joking.
There's a lot of money in selling sprouts.
Especially it's becoming a bigger and bigger thing.
It's becoming bigger. I just started eating sprouts and I'm hooked.
Oh man. They go in everything for me.
Yeah.
They're literally everything that I eat, I just drop in the sprouts on there.
Yeah.
It's basically the plant, the fertile part of the plant. So this is where this is super easy to digest. This is where all the nutrition comes from, right? And then it goes into the soil and it grabs all your minerals up out of the soil. So all the soil has inorganic minerals, but then the plant goes in and says, "Give me all that," and then it goes through photosynthesis, right? And then these processes, and then because of the processes, it then changes it into an organic mineral that you can eat, right? And then all that stuff starts from the sprout, right? So you're eating the most nutritious part of the plant before it then grows and builds its defense systems also.
Enzymes.
Oh, what?
Bro, it's because you can't really digest seeds, but this is as close as you get.
It's not even a seed at that point. It's germinated. This is why we sprout them.
It's sprouted. Question: when you're fasting, you hit the wall. Excuse me. And you hit that wall. What did you do to recover? and see results.
What are we talking about? Oh,
I'm assuming he's talking about your fast.
oh, we talking about the juice
When-
or that dry fat or
When
that,
you're
that big fast I
fasting
did?
and you hit that wall, y'all know that wall?
That wall?
Yeah.
Well, there's a couple walls you can hit. You can hit a physical, mental, or well, physical and mental are usually going to be the type of walls.
Talk about the mental wall.
So the mental wall is when you're just like, I just want to stop. There's this thing in your head. You're not hungry, right? But you're just like, I've just had enough. And there's two things you can do. If you have not been fasting for a long period of time, then you need to push through it. The only time that I would say that you want to then say, okay, I've had enough, is if you've been fasting consistently for a long period of time. I've had those times. But if you're just like, if you're day 7, it's your first fast, I mean, this is just you wanting or having a desire. So what I would do is, number one, I would sit down and write out how I feel. Sit down with a piece of paper, get out your AHA journal, right?
And they sold out right now because you know they're real popular. But I got them coming.
They sold out.
I got them coming in. They gonna be in.
I
a
guess
month,
you can't get you an AHA journal. All
hey,
right,
we do got the premium journals available.
Oh yeah, I'm
though.
saying, well,
Yeah,
get you a journal.
Get you a premium journal.
Right.
Come on.
So you're gonna sit down and you're gonna write out what you are feeling. Right. Look at what is it you're feeling? What is it you're needing? What are the needs that you have? A lot of times we have needs and we don't pay attention to them. So this is that kind of that mentality piece that, you know, a lot of people don't talk about when it comes to like fasting and just in general as you go through your wellness journey. But we have needs. And a lot of times when we remove our primary coping mechanism, for most people it's food, then our needs are no longer being met and now we have to deal with them. So if you don't know what your needs are, then you don't know how to deal with them. You're going to just be like, okay, I don't want to do this because this is causing me stress. And fasting is a stress. So you need to sit with your emotions and sit with what's happening and write them down and find out what is it in this moment that you need. One of the games that I like to play, and I ain't going to give you all this because there's gatekeeping this for, you know what I mean? Got my app coming out. But one of the games that I like to play is called the game of opposites. So the game of opposites is looking at whatever your current emotion is and what is the opposite of that emotion. So I'm going to give you one example. So boredom, and this was a big one for me. So if you are in a situation where you're fasting and you sit with your emotions and you say, man, I'm just bored. I don't have anything to eat. I'm going to work, but now I'm home. It's 5 o'clock on a Friday. I don't have anything to do this weekend, right? And you're sitting and you're just restless and you're bored, right? This is going to take a little bit of understanding because you may feel like it's something else, but let's say that it's actually boredom, right? The opposite of boredom is stimulation or stimulated. So if you find yourself and you're sitting and you're like, man, I'm bored. I have nothing to do. You're looking around, and normally what you would do is you would fill this space with food. Now you don't have food there. Now what do? Right? If you don't understand this, you're going to feel like I just in my fast or whatever, but you're not even hungry. You're 5-7 days in. You're not even hungry. So the game of opposites is getting to the next or looking at what you actually need. Because if you don't understand your needs, then you don't know how to meet them. So if you're bored, then what you're really looking for is stimulation, right? Give you another one. If you're unhappy, right, or you're sad for whatever reason, maybe you have a low level of depression coming through. Well, then what are you looking for? You're looking for joy or happiness, right? So then when you understand where you are and what your need is, then you look at the opposite emotion of it or the opposite or what it will take to get you to the opposite side, then you can address it. When you address the core of the root issue of whatever you're feeling, then your life just gets better in general because now you come off your fast and then you now recognize, okay, well, I'm bored. I don't need food. I need stimulation. So that means I need to go out and get some sunlight. Maybe I need to maybe I need sex. Maybe I need to go run around in a park, whatever it may be, whatever that core issue is. You need to do the opposite of what that issue is to help get you to that next level. So this is how this process works. And this is how we get out of the binge eating or the emotional eating mind frame, is looking at what our actual needs are. So once again, to answer that question, what do you do when you hit that wall? Number one, you start writing things down. There's a whole list of things that you can do through this process, but this is one of the best ones that you can do immediately. Start writing down how you feel. Play the game of opposites, right? And then as soon as you find out what it is that your needs are, then you look at the opposite of that emotion, and then you can start traveling and figuring out what it is. What do I need to do to get to that? And then, of course, now we get into coping skills. Then that's, but that's a whole nother thing.
I'm a just briefly, if you hit the physical wall,
Oh yeah, right. Go ahead, go through that.
Yeah, the physical wall can come from the fasting shrink week. So if you've been fasting for 12 to 14 days, you might experience it. Or if you've been fasting in consistently,
even short periods,
you can hit it. The fasting shrink week is what it is. You don't want to get past that. I mean, you don't want to really circumvent. You just want to let the body do what it's doing.
Yeah.
But it will self-correct.
Yeah.
You just need to understand what's happening so that you don't quit.
Just like get that 10%, baby, man. You get rid of all that visceral fat.
That 10%. See that when the body is doing the shrink week, that's what it's doing. That visceral fat, that stuff you can't see, the stuff that you can't really measure with normal tools.
And that's when you shrink up like that.
That's when the body is doing that work. And we're sitting up here talking about, it's not working. I hit the plateau. It's not. No, it's working. You just don't know what it's doing. This is why, as we continue to learn and adjust and we could give you guys different tools and things for measurement. This is why we continue to learn and grow, because this is very important to understand. Another plateau that you can hit is just simply from, if you had, sometimes people do the wrong things on their fast. They don't really realize they're doing it. They're chewing gum. They're drinking things. They're eating things. You know what I'm saying? And that will cause physical plateaus. You think, it's just a mint. It's not a real big deal. It's just a mint. Those sorts of things.
Coffee.
Coffee. You know what I mean? There's a lot of things people will ingest. Even if you're doing juice, and you're doing a gallon of juice, your weight's going to slow. Your weight's going to slow down.
Oh, yes.
You know what I mean? Depending on where you are. So,
yeah, I mean, if you start off at 350, you're drinking a gallon of juice, you're still going to lose weight.
You're good.
But you start getting down. You start drinking a gallon
close to your normal range.
You start drinking a gallon of juice. We're gonna start. The body's gonna start working on other things.
So
that's another thing we can talk about at another time, man. This way, get your little one-on-one. Like if you want to do something like that, you want to do juice fast. Depending on where you're at or what your level is, will determine how much you should drink. So it's not necessarily one size fits all. It depends on what you're looking to work on.
Yeah. So we got a couple more questions. We're gonna do a bonus blitz.
Where do them come from?
A blitz round, and then we're gonna go ahead and rock out. You know what I'm saying? Because Steve's looking at his watch.
It's Cinderella.
Is that we haven't even been here an hour 30 minutes. We usually rock out for an hour.
It's an hour and a half.
Yeah, it's not even been an hour and 30 minutes yet. Go ahead, Barbara. What you got? Is the room included in the $600? No, it is not. That is for the actual 3 days at the cabin. It's for the food and beverage. It's for the speakers. It's for all of that. You guys have to.
I think there's only 3 rooms left, or 3 spaces in the cabin left. There's only a couple
in the cabin.
Or maybe,
I don't know. I don't even.
Oh
know.
Yeah, bro, that cabin is almost sold out. Almost completely.
I don't know anything about that, to be honest.
Oh.
So no, the room's not included. Are the root products included in the 21-day challenge? No, it's not. They're not included. The root products are very, very expensive, but they're expensive because they work. So we can't include them because then you guys would be like, y'all's challenge cost.
Oh my God, the challenge it would be like $350.
But what we can do is we can give you guys guidance on which products would best suit you if you have the money to do it. But we don't want to exclude anybody from being able to do the challenge. So I went in on this water fast 100%. I want to bring my friend who is pre-diabetic and his wife who wants to lose weight.
Mm-hmm.
How do I get access to you guys direct to speak with you? Well, I would say you can do support@ahealthyalternative.org. Okay, that will be the way that you can speak to us generally. Steve, I don't know if you want to give out your email.
Yeah, I mean, if you have, I don't know what it is that you want to speak about. If you have questions about the program in of itself or the 21-day challenge, then you can email, of course, support, or you can email Steven@ahealthyalternative.org. If you're talking about you need to have a conversation to, I don't want to say convince people to join, because I'm not selling this program to anybody. But if you need to have a conversation because you need to have a conversation, then you can schedule a consult. So I have I have 20-minute consults available if you want, or we can do more of a deep dive. If you're like, well, listen, I'm starting for me, yada yada yada. But I'm not getting. We're not selling the program to people or to try to convince them. if that makes sense.
Yeah, if you guys want a consultation, a one-on-one or something like that, go to healthyalternative.org. I'm going to put the link in the chat and navigate to the tab called Work With Us. You've got access to four of the coaches there.
Yeah.
You can choose, I believe 3 or 4 coaches you could choose to work with. Let's see here. How much walking is safe while fasting? I mean, walking.
Hey man, 10,000 steps.
You could
10,000 steps is a lot of steps.
It is a lot of steps. You
Yeah.
could also do 15,000.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think
Walking-
I don't have a number that would be
walking.
safe.
Walking is
It's actually very beneficial.
It's
during
very
fasting.
beneficial, and it's what you should naturally be doing.
Correct.
So I would just say that if you feel really faint or if you feel really dizzy, you're having a really hefty detox symptom, go lay down.
Yeah.
But other than that, walk till your heart is content.
Yeah, man.
It's
Helps
really good for you.
helps with that lymphatic system too.
Mhm.
You're gonna need that while you fast.
And then there's another system. I think it's called the lymphatic system as well.
lymphatic system.
Lymphatic.
Yeah.
Lymphatic
It's all
system.
It's all part of that system.
Bro, there's so
Elimination.
much.
There's a lot of
so
systems.
much.
There's a lot of systems.
Should we purchase the liver, gallbladder flush, root products, oils before the 21-day fast start? If you know what if you already know, or if you have spoken to us and you already know what they are, sure. If not, no, you don't need to. There's time allotted for all of that. Okay, you guys can buy the liver gallbladder flush stuff is going to be the first thing, but you can go down to your local pharmacy and buy most of that stuff.
Oh, you can
right
get
now.
all that immediately.
Or you could order it off Amazon and have it in a couple days if that's the case. But you'll have it before you need it.
Yeah.
So, if you don't know anything about this stuff, I would just say wait so you can get our instruction. But if you already know what you need, yeah, go ahead, grab it.
Grab it.
You know what I'm saying?
I ran out. I need some more liver gallbladder flush stuff.
What root products should we purchase before the 21-day fast?
All of them.
The Trinity kit is what we're going to probably recommend holistically, but we have a root training in the actual challenge, so you guys can figure out if you just don't have the finances to do it, you can figure out like which one would be the best for you. But if you have it, to get all,
it depends on what you're trying to get out of it, man. We're not up here, trying to shove this stuff down you guys' throat. Like,
Nope.
you don't need
you
root.
don't need it.
It's the only thing that we can, or herbs is the only thing that we can say, well, yeah, you can use this. But I mean, all you need to do is fast, baby. But
Mhm.
if there's something that you specifically want to work on or that you specifically need help with, we can absolutely recommend a root brand product. So you don't have to buy them all if you can't. But obviously the Trinity, as Chris stated, is going to be the default.
Yeah, Trinity Plus if you want a month supply of everything. And also people get confused. They think that they have to buy this stuff. Nothing. If you pay your $99, you're in. You can do the whole thing.
You're in.
Okay?
You
don't have to do any of the extra things. All right.
Yeah, you don't even have to do liver gallbladder flush.
You don't have to do the liver gallbladder
even
flush.
though I highly
It's
suggest
very
it.
inexpensive and it's highly suggested, but you don't have to do it.
Yeah.
Okay. We're not making y'all do anything.
Yeah, man. It don't start till the 9th, man. You got like 2 weeks to, you know what I mean? You be all right.
Oh, shout out to Queen Bonnie. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out.
Chat. She's been in the chat all night. Hopefully she's still here.
I done seen her. I done peeped her, man.
She's been in there all night.
We appreciate her.
Is that why when we're sick, our bodies don't want to take food or drink? The body wants the dry fast for hyper regeneration. That's 100% right.
You got it. The body it's just highly intelligent. It knows what it needs. There's the same reason why when children are sick and they're not hungry, we force them to eat. No, if they're not hungry, don't make them eat. Right? If the body is sick and then they say, well, you gotta drink Gatorade, you need your electrolytes, you've been throwing up.
Oh
no,
God.
If you're not thirsty, don't drink. If you're not hungry, don't eat. Don't get no. I'm about to cuss. That's because it makes me upset, man.
Yeah, it's just
right.
Ignorance,
don't get that. Don't. I mean, I don't. This is the way we were raised too.
Yeah, we were.
But you don't need no chicken noodle soup. You don't need none of all. You don't need any of that. Let the body do what it wants to do. The same thing happens with animals. When they get sick, they don't eat.
They don't eat. Hit the like button, man.
Man, hit the like button, man. Get my likes up.
Get them likes up. Share this content.
People, we waited way too long to tell them to get the likes up.
The last time I did a live, somebody was like, Chris, can you do like 10-minute videos? I'm like,
10 minutes.
I'm gonna tell y'all. Yeah, I'm gonna tell y'all. I do not 10-minute lives, 10-minute videos, like educational videos.
Oh.
I have been doing 10-minute educational videos for years. Y'all just don't watch them.
Yeah, you started doing shorter ones?
Huh?
You started doing shorter ones?
Yeah, a long time ago. My videos used to be 15 to 30 minutes. Then people was like, oh, it's so long. So I cut them down to 10 minutes, like max. Sometimes they go to like 15. And I've got literally hundreds of videos at that length. I don't know why. I don't understand. Do y'all go to the channel? Do you actually go to YouTube and look at the playlist or look at the videos? I've got tons. People be like, Chris, your interviews, you never actually like granular. What did they do? That's because that's not what those videos are for. I have playlists. I've got tons of videos, educational videos, fasting 101, how to do this, how to prep. I give it away for free. It's all there. Y'all just won't look.
Yeah, Chris don't be gatekeeping. I gatekeep.
So now we do the challenge. We say, okay, look, hey, challenge, come and get all of this stuff. But it's all available on YouTube anyway.
It's all available, man. That's the great thing about AJ, man. You don't have to listen. If you just like, hey man, Steven, I ain't got no money. I'm broke. I'm struggling, but I need to lose this weight. Hey man, jump onto the YouTube channel, man. All the information is there. You're just gonna have to dig through it a little bit.
Yes.
The reason for the challenge is that you get all this information in a very neat package, and then of course you have the coaches there. So if you got a little question, man, hit me up. Hit your boy up, man. I put some consultations. I discount them for you guys. Like, I mean, and then of course you don't even have to get a consult. Man, you got a question, just message me. I'm very active, right?
Yeah.
We're active.
Message, Steve.
So yeah, Chris said, yeah, message Steve.
My inbox is still full from the last time.
I'm sure it is. I
just gave up.
I am constantly in my inbox.
Inboxes are very difficult. Y'all have no idea. Like,
it's a lot.
It's very hard. It's very discouraging because it's not like you could clear it and it's going to end.
No,
it's going to keep coming. So then you just be like, I've been responding to comments and questions for literally years. It's wearing on me. That's all. It's somebody else's turn.
But, this what's happening to me.
I'm passing the torch to Steve. Steve is the new me. Why? How come it's 300 of y'all in here right now and ain't been 300 in here? Where y'all been at the whole time? All right.
All of a sudden, now as we wrapping up.
All of a sudden, we wrapping up. Here y'all
catch the replay.
Check this out. 21-day challenge starts April 9th. Join by April 9th. It will cut off. Link's going to be in the description. It's also going to be in the chat. I'm going to drop it right now for those who just joined. We had like 30 people join all of a sudden. So there y'all go. Boom. If you don't know about the challenge or anything about it, just rewatch the video. We got that.
Yeah, man, I got some juice in there for y'all, man.
Steve's got some major juice and some cool stuff, some data points we're going to be looking at. Join AHA Communities. AHA Communities is basically our Facebook. It works and looks like Facebook, except we control it. You don't got to be worried about getting shadow banned. You don't got to worry about not being able to say certain things.
I mean, don't say nothing crazy. I'm ban you.
And then that's how that's how we do our challenges. All of our challenges are hosted in there. Here's the link. Join ahacommunities.com. Come holla at us. What else we got? We got the retreat. If you guys want to check us out for our second annual lifestyle retreat, it starts August 20th, goes through the 23rd. You get 3 days with the coaches. We're going to feed y'all. 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 You know what I'm saying? We're going to teach you lifestyle skills and take pictures and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
Pictures. Tickets start at $600. Links in the description and in the chat. Boom. There you go. What else you got? You guys want to grab the Root products? We got the Root products. Am I doing too much right now? Root products. We're doing a giveaway with the Root products right now. If you make a purchase by March 31st, you have the opportunity to win $20 towards your Root products. So make sure that you join AHA Communities. Fill out the form so that you can get registered for that. And here's the link if you guys want to grab your Root products. Boom. That's it. I'm done. I feel like I'm on a TV show, and you know how you have to run you got to do the ads
right at the end.
Hey,
where can they find you? Oh, you're talking about ads like that.
Oh,
okay.
Please. Hey, y'all, listen. Steve, listen. Oh, for the love of God. Steven is catching up on Instagram. I need y'all to go and join my Instagram.
Bruh, how dare you?
Instagram.
How dare you? Bro, I'm like 4,000 behind you.
Steven is catching up on Instagram.
I mean, I'm on fire right now.
Stop playing with me. I'm gonna put the link to my
That
Instagram
is crazy.
right here in the chat. Listen, if y'all don't come on Instagram, if y'all's on Instagram and you ain't following a healthy alternative, Steve is pretty much running it both anyway. No, I'm just joking. Join Steve's Instagram too. Steve, what's yours?
Man, Instagram.com, Stephen Michael Wellness, right? Just like as it sounds, Stephen Michael Wellness, man. Yeah. I'm on there. And matter of fact, the crazy thing is, is that I was at like 6,900 like a month ago, and I said I'm gonna do a giveaway at 7,000, and then my page went low key viral, and now I'm almost at 9,000. Like literally, I'll probably be about 9,000 in the next 2 days.
Right. So when I say he's catching on me fast, I'm at like 13. I can't even get to 14,000. So here's Steve's Instagram. Y'all want to follow us on Instagram?
There you go. And I didn't do my giveaway yet either. So, and I'm giving away. Hey man, I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. It's a big giveaway. I'm giving away some root products. You're gonna get some root products. I got some doTERRA products coming. I got some oil coming. I got some liver herbs coming. I got some herbs, and I'm gonna go ahead and make sure and I'm gonna get y'all hooked up with some sea moss, right? And then the big one, I'm gonna be giving away one coaching session, and I'm gonna be giving away 1 month free to my coaching app that's gonna be launching in April. So that's gonna be the big boy.
Oh wow, you're really
Hey man, listen, I love my people.
Really,
Hey man, what can I say, man? Steve Michael Wellness, right? I mean, hey, listen, you can follow them both, or
you could just follow Steve and get the gifts.
I mean,
how about you follow both and you can get the gifts? And if you follow both, who knows? Maybe that'll give you a leg up in the competition.
How could you do that?
Easily. Because you can see they're really locked into the community.
I mean, so when I pick them, I pick them.
Yeah. And if you see that they're AHA, a healthy alternative person, and a Stephen Michael wellness person, is like double good.
Hey, man, join them both. Join them both.
All right, y'all. That's it for tonight. We're probably going to be back. We gotta, you know what I'm saying?
Next time we're gonna give some stuff away.
Man. We're gonna do some. Okay, next time we're gonna give some stuff away. Actually, you know what? Instagram. We're gonna do the giveaway on Instagram.
Hey, that's right. We're gonna do it on Instagram. So you gotta join the Instagram.
You know what I'm saying?
In order for you to get the giveaway. We're gonna be giving away some slots, man.
Some slots and some stuff.
We're gonna give away stuff?
Some slots and some stuff. I'm gonna talk to Shell. We'll see if we could do something. You know what I'm saying? Do some stuff.
Oh, we ain't never done that.
We ain't never done it. We'll see.
Okay, you can AJ can give it away.
We'll do it. We'll everybody will pitch
Since
in.
I ain't a founder,
everybody's gonna pitch in.
I'm the first client.
We're just rambling at this point. If y'all haven't figured it
out. All right,
so.
man. We love y'all, man. We appreciate y'all. Make sure go back watch it if you didn't from the earlier part, so you can hear about the cool stuff that I went through. What they saying? You love the lives?
No, y'all keep saying you love us. I'm trying to show Steve something. Chris ain't giving nothing though.
No, he ain't giving nothing. No, I'm up here giving. Hey man, look, when I say some root products, I got a whole trinity ready to go. I'm giving a whole. Now I may break them up. Now you know what I mean, I'm gonna break it up, but I'm giving away an entire trinity pack.
Who you think is giving away the money on the root giveaway? Where you think that money's coming from? And also, I got a whole bunch of essential oils I've been buying for y'all for the retreat. We're gonna be giving away some. I give away stuff all the time. I don't know the name of the hotel near the retreat.
It's the Hilton, baby.
Steven knows it's the Hilton.
It's the Hilton, and it's heavily discounted.
It's heavily discounted. It's the Hilton. What's that? 4 stars?
I think it's something like that. It's like it's like $320 for the whole weekend. It's good. It's a good deal, and it's the Hilton.
It's the Hilton.
And we staying in a hotel, baby. So don't be afraid. I don't want to be in a hotel, man. We gonna be in there.
Hey, man, don't be telling people where our room's at, man.
I didn't say they're gonna be in the same hotel.
You gonna tell them where our room's at?
I'm not gonna do that. I mean, don't come knocking on the room. I'm gonna tell you
where Steve's room is at. If y'all want to,
that's crazy.
Yeah,
that's crazy. Why would you do something like that? Yeah, hey man, I don't know, man. People gonna just come sliding by room 305. Hey, Steven, you in there?
If we were prankster brothers, you already know that would be.
Like, we're not like that. Don't do that.
We're gonna hide our room.
Yeah, man, we're gonna be over there, man.
All right, y'all. Have a great night. Peace.
Appreciate y'all.